Story that's been hitting the headlines over the last week or so. Tensions remain high in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo as violent clashes between government forces and M23 rebels continue. According to the United Nations, at least 22 UN peacekeepers have been injured and hundreds of thousands of civilians have been displaced. Meanwhile, diplomatic tensions have also escalated, with Rwandan President Paul Kagame criticizing South African President Cyril Ramaphosa at the recent EAC Heads of State Summit, which Democratic Republic of Congo's Felix Tshisekedi refused to attend. George Maringa has the latest.
And South Africa dares even issue threats about what is likely to happen after that, and so on and so forth.
A seemingly fiery Paul Kagame at the EAC Extraordinary Heads of State Summit following the crisis in the DRC. President William Ruto, who is the EAC chairman, had invited Rwanda's Paul Kagame and DRC's Felix Tshisekedi to the said meeting, which happened virtually. However, the latter declined the invite. Rwanda has been accused of backing the M23 or M23 rebel group, which has seized control of Goma, including the airport. And that accusation has gotten Rwanda's President Paul Kagame very, very upset.
That these are from Rwanda, or the M23 are not Rwandans, please. These are Congolese, and one time he accepts it, then another time he says no, part of it is yes, and then the other part is from Rwanda, and these are the. He keeps on going. And how do we, leaders of our own countries, accept this to go on forever and just accept that we shall be manipulated by Tshisekedi or whoever is supporting him?
Tshisekedi did not take it lying down. In a televised address to the nation on Thursday, while speaking in French, Tshisekedi noted, and I quote, an unprecedented worsening of security situation, further saying that the army is fully mobilized against M23. Tshisekedi did not shy away of condemning Rwanda, saying, and I quote, be sure of one thing, the Democratic Republic of Congo will not let itself be humiliated or crushed. We will fight and we will triumph, end of quote.
Est une provocation inacceptable à l'égard de notre souveraineté et de la stabilité régionale.
Locals in Bukavu say they are living in fear as clashes continued between the army and the M23 militants in the east of the DRC. DRC troops are fighting with M23 militants in the east of the country, with a group reporting that it had taken control of Goma on Monday. The DRC claims the M23 is backed by Rwanda and cut its ties with Rwanda on Saturday last week, claiming Kigali had sent troops over the border. Around a dozen UN peacekeepers have been killed in the latest clashes. Kigali has not commented on claims about troops or support for M23, but has blamed the DRC for the escalation in fighting. The conflict in the east involves around 100 armed groups within the region rich in gold, cassiterite, coltan, cobalt and diamonds.
Hii problema ya Nord Kivu tulikuwa tunapata sombe kutoka hivi maraki. Sasa bakisha sema kama na hivi nako manake hapa tutateseka.
Last year, the UN reported that the number of internally displaced persons in the DRC had risen to 7.2 million, making it one of the largest displaced populations globally. As the clashes escalate, one question remains. Will peace and calm ever return to the DRC? Time will tell. George Maringa, TV 47, Nairobi.